Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, we bring you a terrifying and thought-provoking story from Konjaku Monogatari, a collection compiled during Japan's Heian period, when the boundary between the living and the dead was believed to be unclear. This is not merely a ghost story. It is a tale of human desire, confusion, and the quiet teachings of Buddhism. A woman visits a man night after night, but she is not among the living. Please listen quietly until the very end. Long ago, in the capital city of Kyoto, there lived a young man. He was not wealthy or of high status, but he lived modestly and peacefully, never committing any serious wrongdoing. However, he was not deeply devoted to Buddhist teachings. He simply lived as the world carried him along. One night, as he sat alone in his house, he heard a gentle knock at the door. It was late, and the streets were silent. When he opened the door, a young and beautiful woman stood before him. She wore a white robe, her features were delicate, and her voice was calm and refined. There was even a sense of elegance about her. She said, "The night has grown late. I have lost my way and have nowhere to go. May I stay here just for tonight?" The man hesitated for a moment, but her beauty captivated him, and he could not refuse. He invited her inside, lit the fire, and prepared warm water for her. The woman behaved politely, spoke gently, and showed no sign of suspicion. They sat by the fire and talked quietly. When asked about her past, she revealed little, saying only that she had endured a difficult journey. The man felt sympathy for her and slowly began to trust her. As the night grew deeper, they rested in the same room, lying close together like husband and wife, passing the night in silence. But when morning came, the woman was gone. The door was still closed, there were no footprints, and it was as if no one had ever visited. The man thought, perhaps it was just a dream. Yet the following night, he heard another knock. When he opened the door, the same woman stood there. "May I stay again tonight?" she asked quietly. Though a strange unease filled his heart, he welcomed her once more. And again, when dawn arrived, she vanished. This did not happen for only 1 or 2 nights. The woman appeared every evening and always disappeared before sunrise. She never showed herself during the day, and when the man asked his neighbors, none of them had ever seen such a woman. Gradually, fear crept into his heart. Could she be something other than human? He wondered. Yet her beauty bound his heart, and he could not bring himself to refuse her. One night, he finally made a decision. I must discover her true nature. Before dawn, as the woman prepared to leave, he quietly followed her. She walked toward the outskirts of the city, where no people could be seen and only the sound of the wind remained. Soon, she entered a neglected graveyard. Stopping before a single grave, she slowly turned around. In that moment, her figure vanished like mist. Trembling, the man approached the tombstone. Carved upon it was the name of a woman who had already died. There was no doubt, it was the grave of the dead. His body shook with terror as he whispered, "Have I been spending my nights with the dead?" At that moment, deep regret filled his heart, blinded by desire. He had welcomed a spirit without questioning her true nature. From that day on, he clung to Buddhist teachings. He visited temples, listened to sutras, and sought guidance from monks. One monk said to him, "Desire clouds the human heart. Those who cling to the dead will eventually be drawn into darkness themselves. Never forget the path of the Buddha." The man bowed deeply and began praying to the Buddha every day. No matter how many times he heard knocking at night, he never opened the door again, and the woman never returned. Buddhist lesson. This story is not merely a ghost tale. It teaches that when the human heart is ruled by desire and attachment, one loses the ability to judge correctly and risks being drawn into the world of the dead. In Buddhism, life and death are meant to remain separate. Crossing that boundary through obsession leads only to suffering. The man forgot to question the woman's true nature, because he was captivated by her beauty. But by returning to the teachings of the Buddha, he was able to escape the darkness. In the Heian era, the boundary between the living and the dead was believed to be far less certain than it is today. People truly believed that something existed in the darkness. At the same time, they believed that the teachings of the Buddha were the guiding light that saved people from confusion. That is the end of tonight's story. If you hear a knock at your door in the night, please be careful. Good night.